Artshare is a nonprofit organization located in the heart of the Arts District in downtown Los Angeles. The mission of this organization, according to their site, states that they want to have a community-based arts learning destination, whose mission is to change the lives of those in underprivileged neighborhoods, and provide a community-based incubator for local emerging and established artists, whose mission is providing both a safe shelter and workplace to exhibit and perform. They use a renovated 2-story building, which has 30,000 square feet. On the first level, they have an art studio, an art gallery, and a performance dance theater space. The second level consists of 30 loft-style apartments that house low-income artists. Artshare shapes lives through art, education, and community action. So what kind of classes does this organization offer? They have art, mosaic, dance, photography, voice, writing, guitar, acting, and poetry.
And they have great programs here. They have one of my favorites is spoken words and poetry, and also the art programs. But they also have dancing, they have guitar, something I'd like to learn one day. So, different programs to enrich their lives.
Not only do we offer classes for students, but we have a full functioning gallery for community artists, which the Arts District really didn't have. And we also have a full functioning theater for people, in the theater arts. And as a community, everyone in the community uses our space for one thing or another.
Not only does Artshare offer artistic classes, they also offer kids with academic and family problems help.
We offer counseling. We have 2 main programs that we run. One is called BLAST, which is called Building Language and Art Skills Together. And that program is geared to take a student and to use the arts, both fine and performing art, and link it with language and vocabulary and help them to communicate better, help them to write better, how to read, and increase their reading level. And so that helps their academia. It helps them to get through high school. It helps them to graduate high school and do fairly well. We have, at the moment, a 97% graduation rate from high school. And out of the 97% that graduate high school, almost 70 to 80% of those kids go on to college. So that's main priority. We also have a program called FACT, which is Families and Communities Together. And that program it encompasses the entire family. We hire what we call advocates who go into the home on a weekly basis, and they spend time with the families as a whole on how to communicate with each other, how to deal with adversity, how to deal with disagreement. And then every Saturday, all of the families that are in the program come to Artshare, and they do a huge round table with all the families, and they talk about different issues. And the different families that we've had throughout the years in that program, their stories would bring you to tears. I mean, completely bring you to tears.
They also offer housing to those aspiring artists who are struggling financially.
I had moved in and out of my mom's and dad's house, I think about 3 times. And I was like, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of living with somebody. And I found out that Artshare actually had a residency program. And they told me that at the time it was like 6 months to a year for the waiting list. And I was like, well, I don't have nothing but time, so just put me on the list. And in the same year that I got asked to work here, my name came up on the waiting list. And so they were like, we have a loft available for you if you still want it. I'm like, yes, absolutely. And they said, if you want to work here, if you want to volunteer here for a few hours, we will take that and help you with your rent. And so for the first year, that's what I did. I volunteered here, had my job, was going to school, and lived upstairs.
So what is necessarily needed to apply or qualify for this sort of housing? You need to be an aspiring artist. You need to fill out a tenant application. You most definitely need to be a low income, and you need to be an aspiring artist. Once you become a resident, you need to be in your early 20s to early 30s, and you cannot have children or pets.
What does Artshare mean to me? Honestly, Artshare means change and discovery for me. I think that Artshare is definitely a place where people discover who they are. They discover what they want to do, what they don't want to do, and in that process alone, they start to change. You know, it's not something that we have to say, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. I think it's a process. They discover, okay, I don't really like fine art, I like performing art, or vice versa. And just to watch the metamorphosis, to watch the change of maturity, to watch the change of the mindset is amazing.
Little home base, you know, a lot of these kids, the parents work, their moms are single moms, they're working at night, you know, so the kids come here, the students come here, they have a place to hang out, you know, they have their friends, they have their classes, they learn, they do the dancing, you know, and it's like a family, you know. In here, there's always like, when I came in, it's funny because I would see Tracy, the executive director, she would say, give me a hug, and I was not into hugging kids, you know, and it's a natural thing now. It's just kids come in, they give you a hug, you know. So we teach them that warmth, and it's very family oriented, and it really helps the kids to have a place to go after school, you know, where there's always some food and there's people that care about them.
It means a lot to me because it changed my ways. It changed the way I think about stuff, and it changed pretty much my lifestyle. Instead of going out and doing dumb stuff, I come and I experiment.
For me, it means like a second home, because I pretty much know all the teachers that have taught here, and then all the people that work within the office and the students, and it's just a home away from home.
Since the Artshare is a nonprofit organization, they are facing at the moment a shortage in money. Some have brought up the topic on if Artshare should start charging for their services.
Se me será muy difícil porque tengo otro hijo más chico y no tengo un trabajo estable yo lo que sé que estas clases son bastante caras y aquí pues son gratis.
A lot of our students are already fighting economical issues. They're coming from families that may or may not be two-parent family homes. So you have a lot of single parents trying to work, and a lot of single parent homes that have more than one kid. So I think that having our programs be free to them is a benefit, and that shouldn't change. I think that if people who were not low income, who were from different areas like, you know, the West Side, Venice, Bel Air, Beverly Hills, charging them to take an open class, I would not necessarily be opposed to that because they can afford it.
Such a lack of funds, you know, but at the same time, we really always wanted to keep it as a free class. That you come and you have free classes. You know, whether we're going to have volunteer teachers that don't get paid, they really want to give back, you know, we're going to have to work something out because the goal is to always try to keep it for free. You know?
Artshare has had a big impact on the community, so if this place were ever closed, many families would be saddened.
Community will be affected because teenagers, basically, that are in drugs and things like that, like they're not gonna have another place to go, and instead of coming here after school, they're gonna end up going to like basically with their friends and like doing all this drugs and things like that, and they won't be occupied enough, you know. And personally, I will feel like like a part of me is missing because I love to dance, and yeah, it would be saddening basically.
If Artshare would ever close, it would affect me greatly. I would be pretty much devastated because there's so much that comes out of here, both in love, care, attention, and education. And I think that it would drastically affect the community because we're losing every day more organizations that are teen and young adult based. Most organizations that are thriving today are thriving because they are dealing with kids that are as young as maybe 5 years old. And when you are in a part of your life, when you're 13 or 15, and you're in that transition mode, you're in that mode of who am I, what do I do, and you don't have a source to ground you and to help you be creative in a positive way, it affects you. And I think if it were to ever leave, or if people were to stop donating for the cause, I just think that it would hurt the community's heart, being the fact that we do live in the arts district. I think it would kill it.
it'll be kind of sad for the little kids and the younger, well, teenagers that come here and like they won't be able to take class no more or express themselves through dance or art and like not even have like the art shows like this. So I don't know. It'll be. I think a lot of people will be hurt.
And this is a really, this is a space that the whole arts community, appreciates and loves, and if it would close down, it'd be a very sad thing because probably some developer will come in here and start making this into something to make some serious money out of it, but it would really be a loss to the neighborhood and to the students and to the kids and to the parents, because we do have other programs to help families and kids, together. So it'd be a great loss if this would happen.
So as we have seen, Artshare plays a big role in the Los Angeles community. They need any help they can get. If you would like to donate, contribute, volunteer in any way, please contact the Artshare Los Angeles at 213-687-4278. Keep in mind your donation will be tax deductible. Please help them continue their mission in helping shape lives through art, education, and community action.